you never earned a pro card, right?
Mhm.
But for those listening, you landed the cover of a magazine. Like that was
Yeah.
crazy back then, and as a natural too, and as a teenager, right?
Mhm.
So talk about that. Well, how did that make you feel for the listeners? Because yeah, you've documented all this stuff on your channel, but hey, man, we want to relive some of these epic moments.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So
Oh man, that was one of the coolest achievements for me at that time, for sure. So yeah, the context of it was, this is back in 2010, so magazines were still a big thing. Nowadays, fitness magazines are kind of like all online now. Yeah, I was the first. There had only been a couple of teens in the bodybuilding industry to make a cover of a fitness magazine. I think maybe like 3 at that time. And I don't want to make accusations whether they're enhanced or not, but I can safely say none of them competed in drug tested federations. So I was like only probably like the 4th teen to get on a cover, which is pretty cool in itself. But then I was the first teen that competed in drug tested federations to ever get on a cover. I was the first natural teen ever on a cover. So that was really, really cool. Yeah, that was epic.
And that was at the time where you were, maybe I got the dates wrong, but you were also sponsored. You got like a sponsorship. I think it was RTN. Am I got that right?
Yeah.
Was that
RTN,
your first?
Yep.
That was the first sponsorship, right?
That was my first sponsorship. Yeah, that was
Crazy.
The first one.
How do
2009.
2009. And that was like, was that the time where you felt like, man, shit's moving? Like, this is crazy. This, what it turned into from, I think I remember a video. That's why.
Yep. So basically I competed all throughout high school, 15, 16, 17, all the way up to my senior year. And then I graduated high school. And then the fall after I graduated, so I was 18, I was going to move on from bodybuilding. I was going to just focus on like trying to start like a car audio installation business with my friend and stuff like that. And then all my friends convinced me to like do one more show, this INBF Monster Mash, because I've been wanting to do it for forever. And so I was like, all right, I'll do it. It's coming up in October. It's only like, it's in Massachusetts. Let's do it. So I went and did it. And that's also when just by chance, I noticed my YouTube channel, which at the time I'd only been using to upload like posing updates and competition footage. I didn't care about YouTube at all. I used it literally just as like a file storage for myself. But I noticed like, oh my God, I can't remember the numbers now, but I was like, the channel's accumulated like a good amount of subscribers and views. I didn't even mean for it to. And I always loved public speaking and I was always comfy on camera. So while I started getting ready for this show, I was like, let me try interacting and filming stuff that's more interactive with this. And I had that idea, so that's when I started filming like the Eating Big series and things like that. And then it started catching attention. And that's when I realized what we said earlier. I was like, oh man, I could actually like, I switched my goal to become like the most well-known natural teen bodybuilder at that time. That was my goal. And then, so I started the YouTube channel while I started prepping. And then I started getting offers for like to do photo shoots. And then, everything started falling in place. It was crazy. So that show, the Monster Mash, I went on to win the teens. I got second in the men's division. It was a big men's division. It was like 12 guys. I got second place there. I went up and approached RTN at their booth, and I remember selling myself. I remember pitching it. I don't remember what the numbers were. I might only had like 1 million views worldwide at that point. But I think I was like, I run an online video series with 1 million views worldwide. Like just because the views sounded cooler than the subscribers did at that point.
Right. But that's big. Even back then, that was big, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Big. Yes. Yeah, definitely. And they loved it. So that was the start of RTN. That was the start of traveling for shoots. That was the start of the YouTube channel. And so, yeah, right when I was about to basically walk away from bodybuilding, doing that one show kind of just like sparked everything and kicked it all off.
Bro, let's break down your mindset as a young kid at that time. It's like, how important is like it to go after something? Because some people think they sit back, they're just like, this could be translated into all aspects of life. Training, you want a physique, whether it's business, whether it's, you don't have relationships. How important is it to, because people might think, oh, Nick Wright, he was lucky, or, oh, he started early, or whatever it is, but it's not. Yeah, there's some of that. And you did start early, but you worked, man. You put in the work. Like you sold yourself to RTN. You put in work. So speak to that a little bit, because I think people need that mindset reality check,
Yeah, you have to like obsessively apply yourself to something if you love it and want to do something with it. You have to. I see kids today that are the same age I was when I was doing it at 16, 17 years old. And there's just zero drive. And a lot of them have a lot of good talent that they could go far with, but there's just zero drive. And sadly, that's common. That's common amongst teenagers, especially here in America. Very common against teenagers. But it's unfortunate, man. Like, I wasn't even the hardest working person in the world, like, but I was working 2 jobs, sometimes 3 jobs at a time during high school to make sure I could like buy my own car and all that and get around. And like I had aspirations to have income. So I was working these 2, 3 jobs in high school while dieting and while trying to build this YouTube channel. And then I was obsessively like, I remember I bring Tupperwares to like social parties, high school social parties. I mean, how lame is that? But I didn't care about lameness. Like I
can
was
relate,
obsessed.
man.
Yeah, I was obsessed with this bodybuilding and becoming like really known in that arena. That's all I wanted. So we had culinary arts classes where we'd all make like amazing foods under the guidance of a teacher. And I would sit out at the end, we get to eat the food, desserts, everything. And I'd never eat a thing because I was always contest prepping.
Right.
And people would make fun of me left and right. I had teachers making fun of me because I had a small cliquey school. So like teachers would make fun of me because I was so skinny. So I remember like, you bodybuild? Like this is more when I first started.
Okay.
They'd be like, you bodybuild? Like you don't look like a bodybuilder. And people at parties would like make fun of me. I couldn't get a word out edgewise. Everyone would just roast me left and right. But still didn't shy away from it. Still stayed doing everything I was doing, filming myself because I was just like obsessed with where I wanted to take it. And I'm glad I did because after high school, it's like the people that would make fun of me, like a lot of them ended up, I saw them following my page, my Facebook page and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like,
crazy.
It was crazy how the tables turned. So you absolutely have to obsessively dive in. It's, man, the saddest thing in the world is when a kid gets caught up worrying about fitting in with his classmates and fitting in with whatever the trend at school is and getting lazy and not pursuing something he likes because it's not the wave right now. That's the saddest thing because, man, when high school ends, when college ends, and you're in the real world with that job and it's a job you fucking hate, you're going to be sad. You're going to be stuck. You're going to be sad. You're going to have regrets.
That is facts. And I'm going to have to pause you right there. And even though you paused on your own, but the reality is well, you were working 2 jobs and you were trying to build a YouTube channel and you think that you weren't working hard enough. What is that? Like, that says something because usually if you're questioning, you're like, man, I'm not working hard. You probably are working hard. It's just to yourself and your expectations. It's you think you could do more and more and more, but that's what elevates you. That's what got you to where you are, right?
Yeah.
It's impressive.
Definitely. A lot of it's hindsight too, of course. Like I wish if I could go back in time, I would have worked harder and applying myself to like learning business structuring and scaling business more back then, things like that. But
sure.
We are who we are at that time. So.
Oh no, absolutely. And for those that don't know, this was your full-time job, right? At one point, it got to the point where you were doing the YouTube thing full time, right?
From 2012 all the way till I retired the channel in 2021. That was my full-time job.
Talk to me. Where are you at now with your training? Like, are you still bodybuilding, doing the bodybuilding thing? Are you just kind of, going in the gym a couple times a week just to stay fit? Like, where are you at with that?
So no gym at all. I just train in my basement when I do train. Okay. And it's very minimalistic. I'm training like a typical, just like a passive gym bro nowadays.